Hello everyone, Manithral here, and welcome to lights please. The RuneScape 3, RS3 weekly update video. Now this week we have the Desperate Measures quest. Sorry for the little bit of a hiccup there with the setup. So Desperate Measures is out, and the how to start and the requirements for it are as follows. You need to have completed Desperate Times, 50 Archaeology, 50 Agility, RS membership, and level 75 is recommended, but it doesn't say that it is required. Because, of course, you know, there is always people out there who are pretty good with that. Completing Desperate Measures, so spoiler, just a heads up, if you guys don't want a heads up, skip, a little bit. I will scroll down whenever it's done. Completing of Desperate Measures will get you cash rewards, including something special that you'll give a hefty boost to your archaeology research and an item no true Thok fan could do without. So not too much of a spoiler, but a little bit of a spoiler. Anacornia Totems, Ninja Task. So they talked about, top secret update coming into PAG Strike blog. Well, now it's time. A new totem has been added to the Anacornia base camp, which will allow you to recharge your other totems, which is actually pretty cool. But to build it, you'll need to collect all the parts to get you started. One of them will be rewarded for Desperate Measures, so that's pretty good actually. Ninja Dojo is temporarily closed. That doesn't mean the ninja team is not working. What it means is that they're no longer taking current requests, because they have so many things now that it is built up that they are just going to be going over all the different things that they have got recommended, and then they're going to go from there and get us some more fixes. The beach, don't forget the beach is going on, and Yak to the Shadows. Remember, you have until August 2nd, so this is this Sunday, to get all you want to get out of that. EIE Dino achievement grace period has been extended. So they extend the grace period for the achievement by 3 months, so keep that in mind. There's a merch store update. You got a little bit of little different things from Angelscapes and the New World, which is actually pretty cool, as you can see here. We also have another little announcement. Now this actually came out a few days ago, but this is a beta. Interface scaling and camera offset. And as you can see in the pictures here, and I've actually experienced this too in 4K, and I used to use 4K, and that's why a lot of my icons were small. But this is what it used to be, and now you're going to be able to scale it up to make it actually better visible for yourself. And then there's the camera settings, so the offset. And here is the regular, you're centered in the middle of the map. And the offset actually has you towards, the bottom of your screen. So that's kind of interesting that they're doing some little tweaks like that. Before we get into the patch notes, we do have the community, which is the live streams. So Tuesday, July 28th at 1600 game time is the making of Desperate Times. Thursday, July 30th at 1600 game time is a Blue Moon pub quiz with my JD. Featured streamer is James Reikai. They will be taking everybody back to the Halcyon days of after school PvP with some legacy only mode Castle Wars. So that should be quite interesting, and that'll be taking place on Friday, July 31st at 22 game time. And it's going to be a 12-hour stream extravaganza. Community showcase. They have the guy said it's his birthday, and his girlfriend has just walked in with these, which is actually the different runes, and she made cupcakes out of them, which that actually looks pretty freaking good. A little too good to eat. And this one is it says her boyfriend and I love playing RuneScape, and this is their first time. This was an attempt at making a mini RuneScape birthday theme. So that's actually kind of cool when you really think about it, what they did there. Little potion bottles everywhere. And the rune, I want to assume cakes. Artist corner. This reminds me a lot of Adventure Time right here with this theme. But there you go. You got an archaeology themed one with the little troll pet. Forum Spotlight. Don't forget to check that out. The World Cup of Quest. So that is still going on. And one more thing. It actually ended. And the winner is Wild Gothic Sleep as being one of the best quests. The winner of the World Cup of Quest sweepstakes is Tom Tessero. They correctly guessed while Gothic Sleeps would outstrip the competition, so the prize of 3 bonds. So, this is something to keep in mind, when they have little competitions like these, always go for it. Now for the patch news, we have improvements, and Trina's custom agent have wised up and will now reiterate the rules about auras while entering Entrana via balloon. Penguins can now be caught using Protean traps. The tooltip for Tier 1 Boots of Trials will now display these set effects. There is now an achievement for getting halfway through to 120 Slayer. Buying Zogre Bones will now count towards your daily prayer task. You can no longer use Escape and Surge while transformed into a goblin. In the emote icon in the community dropdown will now display as grayed out when the emote's interface is open. The inventory icon for Split Bark Boots is now centered. The Protect Item Player prayer will now appear on the buff bar when activated via Quick Prayer. The information clerk at the Varrock Museum now displays the remaining kudos you have yet to receive, rather than hiding it away in the chat log. Casting any type of vengeance spell will now add a cooldown timer to the debuff bar. Previously, only the original vengeance spell would do this. Fixes. The description of the dragon offhand daggers in Irby's store has been updated. Using the magic carpet to travel will no longer interrupt scan or compass clues. The description for the Globetrotter armbands in Zeta's shop have been updated for their new functionality. Members' items and reward shops across Gillinor will now correctly display as owned on free-to-play worlds, provided that they have been unlocked, of course. Fix some dialogue in the One Penguin quest. Corrected some capitalization errors in the text surrounding fish bowls. Acadia logs will no longer transform into magic logs when burning. The outline of the enemy's health panel will no longer persist if it's moved upon enemy death. The ninja button has been deleted from the community vote now interface. Fix the typo in Evil Dave's spellbook. Rat Burgess's task reward dialogue about scepter changes has been corrected. Fix the typo at the end of the Shades of Morton quest. Updated dialogue in the Fate of the Gods quest, Fate of the Gods, to match the voice-over. The observatory professor will no longer welcome you back on your first visit. Fix an issue where the Perils of Ice Mountain was incorrectly shown as complete in the quest log. A typo and warning message that appears when selecting the Reset tab in the bank has been fixed. Fix a typo in the Book of Ham seen as Zogre Flesh Eaters. A typo in a warning message during the Salt in the Wound quest has been corrected. Fix a typo in Party Pete versus his neighbor court case report text. A typo in the examine type of the Pyromatic. Fix the typos in Lubufu's dialogue during the Taibo Wani trio. Our archaeologists have painstakingly corrected a typo in the battered letter found in the Temple of Senestin. Fix the typo in the defense skill guide. Magic Note Paper now works on grapes. The player model will no longer stretch while clicking on the Gobi mask in the shipyard interface in player imports. The codes of the fairy dossier during Fairy Tale 3 are now spelled correctly, displayed correctly. Fix an issue that made the Dress to Impress achievement trigger incorrectly. Explorer Jack will no longer dispense unlimited magic stabs. Items in the Flash Factory reward shop are now priced correctly. Niles will now tell you the correct location of the banknote button in the bank interface. The ladder leading to the heist minigame is now capitalized. The progress bar now displays correctly when transmuting charms. And fix the bug that prevented the player from being able to note unenchanted jewelry with magic notepaper. The giant oyster will no longer claim that it can be opened tomorrow 2 days in a row. The text on the barbarian teleport spell is no longer cut off. Tooltips for the potions that restore health now display the correct stats in legacy combat mode. Fix an issue where the quest point cape would not respond correctly to the options checked in the retro skill cape menu. Defeating any of the bosses in the World Wakes with loot share active will now correctly advance you to the appropriate quest state. Fix an issue where the large shell could stall a player PvP zones. Last week's hotfixes are the dungeoneering hole can now be accessed during the happy hour even with a full temperature gauge. Sandy caskets can now be opened while the temperature gauge is at capacity. The chance of receiving a task ship token from training on the beach has been reduced. Sun cream and cocktail buffs gained from the beach should now boost your skills appropriately. Farming and dungeoneering experience gained on the beach will no longer scale down when you're leveling past level 99. That's actually it for today's video though, guys, so thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, later guys.